I'm Isaac Turpin. I'm originally from Mulberry, Florida.
My name is Mark Lever, and I'm born and raised Winter Haven, Florida.
Oh, my parents, great people, ministers. My mom and dad are Assembly of God pastors, and pastored a church in Mulberry, Florida for almost 20 years. Just recently moved down to the Sarasota area, Inglewood, and they took a church over there. It's thriving, booming. My whole family's involved.
My parents are actually ministers, and grew up all my life in church. And my parents believe strongly in doing what's right for others and not necessarily to bring a profit. And so we grew up in a business, but a nonprofit business. So that's how I knew it to be, is help people regardless of how bad of a situation it puts you in financially.
My parents pastored a church, so a lot of people think that church is, it's just, ministry and all this kind of stuff, but it is 100% a business as well. I mean, you have a light bill, you have a mortgage, and you have a family that you have to take care of. So it's just magnified in doing ministry. So right away, as being a young child, I learned the ins and outs of how to deal with people, and people's problems, and creating a solution for that. And that's carried over into business.
I grew up remembering that you're only as good as the person you can help, and putting yourself in a position to where you can do something for somebody, maybe a little thing to you, but it could be a huge impact for that person. As they go through life, sometimes people never forget the thing you did for them and the position you put them in to better their life.
One of my first experiences that my mom said that my mom and dad talk about, like, well, we knew he was going to do business. I wasn't allowed to play. Of course, I had chores that I had to do. You're not allowed to play until these chores are done. And one of them was mowing the grass. And where I grew up, we had a big yard. So my friends came over and were like, hey, we want to play. Everybody was allowed to play. And I'm like, I can't until I mow the grass. So what I did is I enrolled all my friends. I said, hey, listen, you have a lawnmower, and you have a lawnmower, and you have a lawnmower. If you guys bring your lawnmowers over and we all start cutting at the same time, we'll have this done in like 20 minutes and I can play right away. They're like, good idea. So I got all my friends out there mowing with me. I'm bringing them water. I'm not even mowing. And my mom comes in and she's mad at me and she's like, you cannot have them other kids mowing our grass. That is so embarrassing. My dad's like, if he can enroll them in mowing the grass, I don't care how it gets done, just as long as my grass is mowed. And it's still a story that we tell today, and we kind of laugh about how that's carried over into my life.
I think my first work experience was I went to Hungry Howie's Pizza, and went in there and said, hey, I'm a cook, I can do it. I'm 15 years old. And they said, sure, no problem, we'll give you the job. I was like super impressed, happy. I came back the next day and they had this big costume they wanted me to put on. It was like a pizza guy's costume. They told me to go out by the street and wear the costume. And I was like, no, I can't do that. And he said, if you don't do that, you don't have the job. So I had to make a decision at 15, is what am I willing to do to work and to provide? And at 15, I got out there and danced around, and I noticed that while I was out there, I thought about it as a positive and said, if I'm doing this and getting paid, then this is what my life could be. As long as I enjoy myself, then it's not necessarily working. You're just having fun and getting paid.
We have a mutual friend, I guess we would call him our best friend, moved to Mulberry, Florida when about 8th grade, and immediately became best friends with him. His name's Dustin Whitney. And every day I would hear, oh my gosh, man, I'm so glad that we met. You're just like my old friend. You guys talk the same, you do the same things. Like, I'm so glad I met you, because I was heartbroken moving away. And so I thank God for you, because, and he would tell me all this stuff. And of course we had a little joke. He'd be like, oh my gosh, you're just like him. I'm like, no, he's just like me. And then I'm like, there's nobody like me. You met the better and all this kind of stuff. Not having met Mark at all, just, hearing things through Dustin about how much we were like. And we met when we were about 15 years old. Dustin had a get together at his house, and Mark came over to the area. And instantly, we kind of hit it off, and just been friends ever since.
I actually met Isaac years back. We had a mutual best friend, and I got the chance to go out there and hang with Isaac. I felt a lot of jealousy with Isaac because we shared the same mutual best friend. So seeing him do things was always like, well, I can one-up him, and I can shoot basketball better, or I can do this better. It was always a competition at the beginning, just to outperform for our mutual best friend. As time grew, our friendship grew as well. Our best friend actually ended up moving away and left us in a position to where we wondered why somebody could be so close to each one of us. Maybe we had a bond that we weren't aware of. And that friendship was there all along, and it was a super close bond with me and him. Always that what started out to be competition ended up being a way to promote each other and say, man, you're better than this. You can do this, pushing it and driving each other, which is what ultimately drove us to our success, is constantly being behind each other, pushing each other to the next level.
Me and Mark did multiple sales jobs together, and this fad, telecommunications was a big one during the cell phone industry, right? When it was just not everybody had cell phones. It was coming from, pagers into, Nokia phones, the old block phones, and we got into that market there and doing telecommunications, and instantly realized we kind of had a gift, and took a store that was, I think, number 63 in the state, and we took it within having the store for 3 or 4 months. We took it to being the number 1 store in the state, and realized pretty quickly that we had a good niche for doing sales and just doing business together. And then we would throw ideas off each other, and how's this work? And we just started doing that for life. Just one of those people that you can always pick up the phone, and no matter where we were at in life, we could kind of just pick it right back up and throw ideas off each other. And we always pushed each other. There's an old saying that, iron sharpens iron. And it's the truth. A little bit of competition, a little bit of, hey, I think you do this and I see this. And we just, we work well together. And so initially the business was just honestly just a way to let's make some money. I mean, he's got a family, I got a family. We got to pay some bills, and hey, this could work and this could work. And it was just something that we were doing just, honestly, just to make some money. But we had really big dreams. We did. And we saw that money is just a very small aspect of business. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to make money. And, so we started building a business together. We started saying, hey, this is something that's real. This isn't just, hey, I made 300. Hey, I made 2, it wasn't that. It's like, this is a real thing here. And we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We can make a living and provide for our families, and we can help people, which is really at the core of who we are.
I think at the very beginning, our whole plan was to do something to where we felt like we were helping somebody else. We felt like both of our jobs were great jobs, but we were alone in those jobs, and we weren't able to help anybody. So we got into a situation where we felt like we could get to be a part of our friends' lives and help families. And the initial approach was, let's just get enough to pay our bills and make ends meet. And if we can help families in the process and hang out with our friends, it's a win-win. So moving forward, that was our expectation, is to grow this company as the ability to just provide for our own families. And we took it from there.
I believe in this company, number 1, is because of who I'm doing it with, the staff that we have, and because of the principle that's behind it. We never grew up, neither one of us said, hey, I want to be a plumber, or hey, when you're in school and like, what do you want to be? I never raised my hand. I'm like, I want to be a contractor. It's never was the goal or the dream. What it was how can I do something where I can use my talents, where I can use my abilities, where I can help people and make a living. And through this business, I've been able to do all 4 of those things. I provide for my family. We have a fantastic team here that we work with every single day, and and there's motivation, and there's self-development, and there's just there's a family atmosphere. That's kind of what we brought into this business, and that bleeds over into our customers. And so these people that call us to do work for them, they may be in a real crisis with their property. Something can be really, really minor that we fix, and we've done jobs where people's lives have, their houses have burnt down. Everything that they have is gone, in an hour or 2 span. And it's so rewarding to come in and, take over somebody's house that is devastated and doesn't know what to do, doesn't know who to trust, hearing a million different stories about, this guy, who do I use? And to take them and say, listen, we care about you. And we care about your house, and we care about your home, your life, not just turning a profit. And we take them from a disaster situation and really take it hand in hand with them, take that project on and get to see it all the way to the end. That's become super rewarding for us, is to know that we are not only doing business, that we're helping people, and it's rewarding.
When we started this company, we made our mind up that we're not the boss, that God's our boss, and that we classify ourselves as owners, but at the end of the day, God owns this company. We're just employees for Him. So we know it's going to succeed because as long as we put Him first in all that we do, all these things that we want and desire will be added unto us. And we know that if we continue to work under those principles, that it's in God's hands.
You know, that's a tough question because obviously, you know, first of all, the cliches come up is I want to be remembered as a good person, as a, you know, and as a caring and giving person, somebody that inspired people. You know, I want to leave a legacy. I want my children to have something that they say, oh, you know, my dad built this, you know, all those things, even though they're cliche, they're the truth. I want to be remembered as somebody who helped people, somebody who inspired people, somebody who built something that inspires other people that they can do the same. If I can make it, anybody can make it, you know? So that's what I want to be remembered by.
I think I want to be remembered as someone who not only made the changes in my personal life and my business life to improve, but to make changes in other people. I don't want to just go through life knowing that it was all about me. I want to make sure that what I'm doing impacts others, gives them an opportunity to believe in themselves and know that they can make it. You know, sometimes people don't have the greatest upbringings or the greatest starts in life, but at any age and no matter what you've been through, that the options are endless. The book is white. It's your page to write. And I think I want to be remembered as somebody that constantly reminds people that there's a better life, you know, to always improve, always make your own story. Don't let anybody else determine your future. You make your own decision. The best is yet to come.
Okay, so first of all, whenever I'm looking to bring somebody on board, is work ethic is a really big deal in our generation right now. You got to have the work ethic. I mean, my dad, Mark's dad, we talk about it, we joke about it now, but they taught us how to work. You're gonna work, you know. Nothing's given to you, and that's been a principle that we carry over into our lives. Is that you're not owed anything in this life, and you got to go get it. So we look for people that are not afraid to go get what they feel like they deserve. You know, not afraid to work hard. We're looking for people that want to be better than they are right now. That's a big thing. So whenever we're trying to hire somebody, we're not necessarily looking at skill set, although that is important. But skills can be taught. But I can't teach work ethic. I can't teach attitude. So those are the things that we look for, people that want to be better and that will jump on board with us and that we can help build something together.
I'm looking for somebody that's willing to get out of their comfort zone. We feel like we have a rare thing that we can teach people and help them grow, and somebody that's just willing to learn, willing to put the work in, and whatever it takes to improve their self and better their self, because it isn't just about what happens at that 9 to 5. It's what happens at their personal life and personal development. So we want to see them grow in all aspects of their life. We want to see them improve in all aspects. So if we can get the ceiling off of them and show them that there's more to come than just what they thought they've known, and help them on the unknown. If they allow us to do that, have the work ethic to back it up, I think that that's the kind of guys that we're looking for in the future.